Hello, it is I. Now, as years roll forward, Forza games see more customization, a bigger car list, brand new features, and of course a fresh new map to live out your Horizon dreams. But despite all of this, the franchise feels like it's slowly losing its magic. Hence, people are barely even touching the game anymore. Well, that is why I made this video, as here is how to make Forza fun again. Now, this is a constructive criticism video, I'm not a hater, so if you don't like criticism, then you might want to click off this video. But if you do want to see how Forza games can be improved, then kick that like button. 4,000 likes is the target, you already know. The more likes, the more exposure, meaning the more likely that the developers would actually watch this video. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into this video.
I remember the days I was out with the cats, weren't born for the trap, but I done that.
What better way to start the video than talking about how you start the game? Because in Forza Horizons 3, 4 and 5, when you start the game, it's like you randomly hopped into someone's body in the middle of a game. Everything feels so alien, like how did I even get here? So my fix is to choose where you start the game from. So for people who like to hustle and grind, you can maybe start the game as a novice, where you have a choice of low power starter cars to begin your journey in. Then when you make it up the ranks, you become a pro and you get slightly faster cars to choose from. Then after you show your worth, you become a legend in Horizon, where you get to choose between high-powered supercars. And once you prove that you're the greatest driver in the whole of Horizon, you eventually become the director, where you get gifted a hypercar of your choice, and then you can have a progression system like Horizon 3 where you can upgrade the festivals along the way. This is a really good idea, so if you want to grind through the game, you can start from the very beginning. But if you're someone who wants hypercars handed to you from the start, then you can start the game as the festival director. It's a win-win for both parties. Now yes, I know anybody could jump straight into being the director and use that as a cheat code to complete the game early. However, people who started the game as a novice would feel more accomplished, as they get to see the whole storyline unfold. Oh, speaking of the devil,
it's a shame where you are, but you came to the car for the crack, not chatting.
Now, Forza Horizon 1 out of all of the Horizon games has the worst customization, the smallest car list, with a very restrictive map, and you can't even tune your cars. So why do you think it was so many people's favourite Horizon game? Because of the story. Yep, this 10-year-old Horizon game to this day remains a fan favourite, purely because of the storyline. So I feel like the developers need to take this as a cue to actually have a proper storyline in the next game. And of course, with an engaging storyline, you gotta have interesting characters. We need to have people with interesting personalities who aren't overly nice or soft-spoken, because the characters at the moment seem so PG that it almost feels childish. I mean, Jay literally sounds like a CBeebies presenter when he's meant to be the cool street racing guy.
Look, I'm sorry, alright? Sorry I called you Born Rich. That was me.
Are you 12? What's going on? Stop talking like that. So we need to see interesting characters in the future games to come. I mean, they could just bring back characters from the old Horizon games into Horizon 6, as the older characters did have a lot of personality. So yeah, just do that, Forza. And also don't forget cutscenes. We need to see proper, frequent, high quality cutscenes as you compete championships and progress through the game. Because the storyline and cutscenes at the moment seem like they're taking a step back with every single game, which is a little bit sad to see.
Now what the f did I pass it? Should've glassed him and got away from
Now, bonfires are one of the main highlights about Forza Horizon games, as they've been in the franchise ever since the start and we all love them. However, nothing has really changed in the space of 10 years. It's always the same old find a barn in a desolate area, open it up, give it to someone to restore, then receive the car. Which is fine, I guess, but updating it with a slightly different system could be very refreshing for the franchise. So how can you change this up? Well, why not have a system like TDU2, where you have to find different car parts scattered around the map, then finding all of these parts can restore the car, meaning you have to work for the car to be restored instead of just finding a barn and then just waiting for someone else to restore it instead of they have all the parts and it's all boring. We just need a system like TDU2, come on guys. Or if that's too big of a step for the developers, why not utilize a flatbed truck more often? So once you find the barn find, you take it to a garage on the flatbed truck so you get to actually drive the truck, exactly like we did in the Vocho event in Horizon 5. I mean, come on guys, you gotta make the most out of a drivable flatbed truck in the game. So I'm really hoping that the developers could update and revolutionize barn finds in the next Horizon game, because come on guys, after a whole decade you really need to change things up. Houses were first seen in Forza Horizon 4 and we were all hyped about this brand new addition, but it didn't really do anything. It was essentially just a glorified fast travel hotspot which unlocks you certain perks and wheel spins, which is a little bit underwhelming. So how can you improve houses in Forza, I hear you say? By having the ability to upgrade your house or extend it. I mean, if you played Forza Horizon 3, you know about the festival expansions where everything gets improved and updated, which is very nice to see. So just imagine having that but for houses. houses. How amazing would that be? So level 1 house would look standard, a level 2 house could have a driveway, a level 3 house could have a 2-car garage, a level 4 house could have a 4-car garage, and a level 5 house could have a swimming pool or some sort of luxury amenity. Hey, I'm a genius, you know. Because back in Horizon 3, I love this festival upgrade system as it really motivated you to play through the game and upgrade every festival to be maxed out. It was so motivating. So I definitely feel like having the same system for houses could massively improve the gameplay experience and really motivate you to progress through the game.
I don't care about the money anymore. To my mummy's in a Porsche, new Bella La Vida.
Hey Forza, if you're listening, yeah, get rid of convoys and bring back online lobbies. And in these online lobbies, let us do pink slips with our friends. Hey, come to think of it, how do you make a street racing game but not have pink slips? What kind of logic is that? I mean, Forza has a brand new feature where you could gift cards to random players, meaning something like this is definitely possible to do. So just introduce a new feature where you could race and put your car on the line and voila! Pink slips would finally become a thing in the Forza Horizon franchise. Now I know that Forza made it like this so you can't gift cards to specific people, because features like this would cause scams and websites for people who sell cars for real money, but come on man, it's fun, you know. Regardless of all the cons, it would be incredible if you could trade cars and do pink slips with our friends online, as Forza games nowadays don't really make you feel invested into the game, unfortunately. And also we need way more online minigames to try out with our friends. Hey, you know what? Let's talk about that. Now in Forza Horizon 5, we have a pretty decent selection of minigames, like Infected, King, Flag Rush, and of course the Eliminator, which was essentially Fortnite but with cars, or Warzone with cars, or PUBG with cars. Basically every single game is a battle royale game. What's going on? And although these minigames are genuinely a lot of fun to play through, we really need to see a bigger variation with these playground games. So what minigames do I have in mind? Well, let me tell you. City camouflage, cops and robbers, assassination, cat and mouse, British bulldog, and of course car football. I mean, we have all the facilities to make these proper minigames in the franchise, but unfortunately the developers have not acted upon this yet. So I'm really hoping that with Horizon 6 or maybe through an update in the current game, we see a massive overhaul with many brand new minigames, as doing the same thing over and over again can eventually get a little bit boring. Which brings me nicely to my next point. In Forza Horizon 5, the only way you can progress through the game is by doing sprint races, circuit races, off-road races, street races, marathon races, and that is it. Yep, surprise surprise, races are the only way you can progress through this racing game. Who would have thought? Oh my god, I thought you had to like play golf or something. What's going on? Now obviously this doesn't sound like a big problem at all, but doing races over and over and over again can get very boring, as you may know. And the races in Horizon 5 aren't even that fun, so we need variation with these missions. I mean, take a look at Test Drive Unlimited games, because there we saw elimination races, speed trap challenges, license tests, and even top speed challenges, which were all very engaging and fun. Also, there were even side missions available where you had to help out strangers, which was such a great addition to the game. Oh yeah, and TDU also had police chases where you could join in with the police, which was so incredible to see. You could literally become a police officer in TDU too. What's going on? So I'm really hoping that Forza diversifies their missions with their future games, because although it is a racing game, doing races over and over again can get so dreary.
I'll be swerving in a ride to the relive the money that we make from it.
Okay, now the main reason why Forza games feel like they're losing their magic is purely because the developers are prioritizing building a new audience over satisfying the current players. Yep, it's as simple as that. Now yes, I know that attracting a new audience is good for the company business-wise, because you obviously need money to pump out these new games, but that is the reason why I feel like Forza games are losing their magic. It's like all the devs care about are positive ratings, attracting a massive player base, and saving money despite how disappointed some players are with the game. I mean, Forza Horizon 5's game engine is straight out of 2016. There's very minimal change throughout each game, and they've even downgraded some things which game critics don't even point out, which I find crazy. Honestly, Forza's basically doing an Apple at the moment. They're reskinning their old product, giving it a brand new name, adding a few new things which nobody asked for, and they're like, voila! Here is our brand new revolutionary product which you should definitely buy. It's manipulation, man, that's what it is. So Forza, you've already built a massive fanbase and you're arguably the biggest racing game franchise the world has ever seen, so please shift your focus into fulfilling the current players over attracting a brand new audience. Because if these points are all taken into account with the next game, then I genuinely reckon that Horizon 6 will be the greatest game Forza have ever made. Now if you enjoyed this video, then you might enjoy this video up here which I am pointing at. I have no idea what this video is, but it's recommended to you, so hopefully you'd enjoy it. And also if you want to see my face in your timeline once in 4 days, then press that button down below here, hopefully here, and you'll be subscribed to my channel. Happy days. Anyways, have a good one guys. Cheers.